Okay, we're gonna go over knee elbow escape fundamentals. And with this, I'm gonna show just the basic option that I want everybody to know. It's the number one escape I teach all the students. The cool thing about this is that you can do so many variations. Like I attended a seminar one time, it was 2 hours, and we did, hey, Micah, you put me here. I'm under mount. You do this kind of mount to me. You do that. You do this. And every one of the 8 things that you did to hold me mounted a different way, we still did the knee elbow escape. Okay, so we're not going that deep today, but just I'm teaching a knee elbow escape seminar here in a few months, right? It's definitely a very fundamental technique. It's there from side control too, is what I also love, right? It comes up all the time, but we're gonna go over just some basic options today. In this course, we've seen low mount in like the second class, right? We get that first group of 3 classes, we start getting into like, hey, here's the basics of mount. And low mount is one of those ways that we teach even the beginners how to hold people, okay? So I'm gonna show the basic way, and then I'm also gonna show some variations that will work in either the main class or the review class as this comes up through the week in the gym that deal with the low mount, right? So I'm gonna show a couple variations today, but just this first one is the main one I want everybody most focused on, okay? And it's using the cross frame in order to escape, okay? So get me here. We're gonna use our same concept we've been working on, turning your heel out to help drive this into the floor. But here's the thing. You feel how my leg is on your ankle?
Yeah.
We can't have that. A lot of people teach legs straight in the center, and there's some application on that, but you're kind of hooking my thigh there, right? Like we're gonna do just like what we were doing here, okay? So this is my frame across your hip here, right? Just like we saw from underneath the front headlock, or the side headlock on side control. Remember how we moved our elbow out and frame like that? Same thing, okay? So we're here, right? So what I wanna do with this is I'm driving this through this space, okay? Now, if you bring your knee up, I may do something else, okay? But here, I wanna shove my knee to elbow as I recover guard, right? You just stay kind of trying to push me down. And then at this point, my hook over here is stuck between his legs. If I turn here, I'm able to pull it out and have posture control, okay? So, let's do this again. And your posture will be hands on the mat, okay? So, you'll just be kind of, partners will be tabletop for this first little series, but not low chest, just kind of here. Yes, there you go, just here, right? So here, I want to drive and base, and I'm going knee to elbow. Pushing that in between, and I come up here to frame. He starts pressing down on me. I need to turn my hips all the way, and then I've got posture control with a guard where I can elbow, palm heels, elbow, hammer fist. Right? So, do what?
Is that all you do?
It kind of about just the side, off to the side guard, right? Here, head there. That's fine. Good. Okay, see, I'm just here. And it may, just bridge and bump your hips and make my hands go down. Build your cross frame. Bridge on your side, yes. Nice, good. Start turning, framing. There, good. Now, start turning on your hips and clearing this hook. Yes. And here, get that, and then head. Boom. Right? If you want strikes, you strike here. Right? You can kind of on this side. Right? So you can just cock that back. You got here. Right? Or you can hold the head and pull it into an elbow there. Boom. Right? So just think, like we said, sir, palms, hammer fist, elbows. If you're on guard, off to the side like that, that's what you need to be striking with if strikes are something you're thinking about, right? Maybe just a regular gi class through the week, we wouldn't do that. Maybe we would, maybe combat jiu-jitsu night, all right? We'll save that for Sharpie's Wednesday class. Okay, here, head down again with the cross frame. Yes, right, well, if you can remember here, because look how, yes, right? It'll take time to remember that. It's a nuance. You can still work without that. But that's the best. See, like that, see, the other way it can get pushed down.
Right.
But if you connect with it, right, you can do it just one hand like we talked about last class on the hip escape. Okay, so there. Go ahead and on your side, drive, turn, frame. Yeah, you're just hip escaping. Yeah, start turning this way. Come on that hook now. Good. Nice. Nice. Good posture control. Okay, now, that's the basic. Let's look at some other modes of hook removal from the low mount perspective. So there's three mains. And I'm just gonna go through these very quickly, right? There's grapevine, there's feet together, which is what we taught in the low mount class when we taught it to this student base. And then there's feet crossed, which I do not like at all, okay? Feet together is good, but you need to bring your heels up close to their butt, right? So get me in low mount, and we'll do it this way. Yes. Okay, so let's start with grapevines. Just hands on the mat. Okay, so all I have to do when there are grapevines involved is pick a side and put my palm underneath it. Here. We're done. Already got my guard back. Vale Tudo this time. Submitting and hitting. Okay. Go here. So he's got grapevines. Lift, kick out, circle. And I'm out. I'll just turn to the camera to complete the rotation. Come back. Okay. Feet crossed. This can suck, right? But it can suck for him if I know the counter. Let's turn this way. See how his feet are crossed here? What you need to know is which one's on top. It's that one, right? Now, once I know which one's on top, I'm gonna circle my feet to the low side here to get out, okay? But before I do that, I wanna add weight here. Oh, he fell over. Come back. Add some weight, pendulum. There's my knee over. Good. And then feet together. This is the better one, but again, it's not perfect. Here. Add weight. Right? I want my legs on the floor there. It's like just the weight of my leg. I want to keep my heels off the floor, lifting my hips up. Now I just pick a side and I circle that side and the elbow. Okay? So let's see if we can walk you through all three of those real quick. Okay? Now, well, grapevines here. Lift up, nice. Go ahead and recover the guard all the way. Good. Okay, feet are crossed. Legs straight, add weight. Which one's on top? This one? Yes, you're right. The one furthest from the camera. Okay, so what I want you to do is swing your hips in a pendulum to the bottom side and then back to the top side to escape. Yes. Recover. Nice. Okay. Lastly, my feet are together. So they're crossed. You need to know which one's on top. If they're together, just add weight to both of them. Good. Now circle one to the inside on the side you want to escape on. Beautiful job. Easy peasy. Right? So, guys, again, that's fundamentals, and really, this is how the curriculum is set up to kind of have these variations in it. Knee elbow escape comes up from side control, and then if somebody is moving from side control to mount, we'll see those situations in future classes. Okay? But what we need to keep in mind is that when you learn a technique, like I'll encourage Micah several times, like, hey, you hadn't seen this, yet, or you hadn't done it a lot, like we're just learning it today, this is a new drill in the program, let's go a little slower, right? And, that's, we don't want to overload you, but we do want you to understand the elbow is a fundamental. You can do it from everywhere, different positions, and that it really doesn't matter how they hold you in mount. You could knee elbow out of low mount 3 different ways. All of those are low mounts, right? So that is a good overview for the beginners, right? And just look at the first one, and then maybe pick one of those low mount counters. I really like the grapevine. If I had to pick between 3, second favorites, feet crossed, because people do that. Lessons to take from this, though. Do you think crossing the feet's a good idea?
No, I hate it.
Yeah, because they're like, well, he might do that thing, right? So context. We gather context. We don't have to memorize like every nuance of every variation of every technique. That could tell you right there, like, when I hold mount, I don't think I'm going to cross my feet. Oh, is the low mount really, like, what if he tries? Oh, pull your heels in tighter. It'll be harder to add weight. All right, so that's that. And that's it for class today. All right, good work.